Hey everybody, wanted to take a minute here to show you how to fill out one of these cut sheets. If you order a whole or half or a quarter from Clint Sons, we're going to email you one of these cut sheets for you to fill out. It can seem pretty daunting at first because there's a lot of options on there, but I want to show you today kind of how to fill it out so it doesn't seem so overwhelming. On this, I'm going to fill it out kind of middle of the road options here, middle of the road thicknesses. If you want to go thicker or thinner, as I fill this column out, you can go thicker, thinner. If you want more or less pieces in a package than what I'm putting, go ahead and put it in there. If as I go over this stuff, you're like, well, I don't really think I'll utilize that, then choose the hamburger option. What I tell everybody, this is your half, this is your quarter, this is your whole, and it's going in your freezer. So you want this thing the way that your family is going to utilize it. If there's some stuff on here that you're just like, I don't think I'm gonna utilize that, put it in hamburger. That way it'll be something that you can use up throughout the year. Okay, the first thing on here is the name. So just put your name and then your address, your city, state, zip, and then when it gets to this line, phone number. So let's on this, the phone number is one of the more important things on here because the processing plant does all of their communications via phone. So if they have a question on how this is filled out, or when they're ready to tell you that it's ready to be picked up, they need a good phone number there. So put a good phone number. Whole, half, quarter, just whatever you ordered, circle that. On round steak, which is the first cut here, the standard on that is kind of doing that for chicken fries, which is steak and tenderize. You're gonna go 1/2 inch, and they're not very big, so they're only about that big, and they're pretty thin. I mean, because you're doing them 1/2 inch, so 4 is about the standard there. Even if it's just a family of 2, 4 is pretty standard. Loin tip is oftentimes used as just another piece of round. So those are usually steak, tenderized, 1/2 inch, and those are bigger. So those are usually just 2 in a package. On sirloin, top sirloin, T-bone, KC strip, filet mignon, what I suggest is decide if you want bone-in or boneless steaks. If you want bone-in steaks, then choose sirloin and T-bone. If you want boneless steaks, you'll have sirloin, KC strip, or top sirloin, KC strip, and filet mignon. I'm gonna say that I want to go boneless here, but I mean, this is one of those deals that it's really dependent on the person. I mean, so if you really like bone-in, choose bone-in. If you don't, then go with the boneless ones. Ribeye is the boneless option here as well. So ribeye and club, same steak. This is clubs that got a bone in it, ribeye doesn't. Sirloin and top sirloin, same steak. This has got a bone in it, this doesn't. T-bone, KC strip. The T-bone is made up of 2 steaks, so it's made up of the filet mignon and the KC strip. If we take the bone out, it splits these into 2 separate steaks, and so you get 2 steaks. If you just circle T-bone, it's 1 big steak that's got a KC strip and a filet mignon. So we're gonna go top sirloin on this. We're gonna choose steak. We're gonna say I don't eat my top sirloins quite as thick, so we'll say those are 3/4 of an inch, 1 in a package. On the next line down, we got our KC strips. We'll do those at 1 inch and 2 in a package. Filet mignon. Filet's one of those steaks that most people eat a little bigger. We do them up to about 2 inches for people, but I think probably 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches is about standard. So we'll call them 1.5 inches, and we'll do 2 in a package on those. Ribeye, say you eat your ribeyes a little thicker, so we'll do 1.25 inches there, 2 in a package. Chuck and arm, that really depends on how many roasts you utilize in a year. If on the chuck and the arm, if you got a half and you get 6 chuck roasts and 3 arm roasts and then a heel and a rump, you can pretty rapidly have 10 or 12 roasts. If you don't need all those roasts, but you want some of all of them, you can choose best only. If there's only certain ones you like, choose the ones you like and then put the rest in hamburger, however you want to do that there. Let's say we eat a lot of roasts on this one, so we're going to choose all on both the chuck and the arm. On this, we're going to say we want about a 3-pound roast. So we choose 3-pound here. On rump and the heel, these are both real lean roasts. They're round roasts. So on those, you don't really get to choose because it's just the size of the roast. So on that, you'll just, if you want them, circle roast. If you're getting a quarter on this one, you can circle roast if you want them both, but you're only going to get one or the other, because one quarter will get the rump and 1/4 will get the heel. So Brisket, same. If you want it whole or cut in half, if you're getting a quarter, it's gonna be cut in half because you're gonna split it with the other person. I'm gonna say we want to do ours whole for smoking. Short ribs, if you use some short ribs, you can choose all, best only. Most people probably put short ribs in hamburger. Soup bones, kind of the same. If you utilize them, get them. Choose that there. I'm gonna say we put them in hamburger. Skirt and flank, that's both of those. Flank can be used for a lot of things, but skirt's typically just used for fajitas. If you want it sliced for fajitas, choose sliced. If you want them whole and cook them on the grill and do them yourself, just circle that. On this stuff, there's really nothing to put here. On the stew meat and chili meat, if you want some stew meat or some chili meat, you can circle yes here, and then you'll put how many total pounds you want. So if you want like 5 pounds, and then if you want 1 pound in a package, you'll put that there. We'll do 1 pound in a package. Chili meat, we'll say no chili meat on this one. Then patties, but you'll note patties do add 99 cents a pound for the amount of patties that are done. 3 to 1 is what that means. That's a 1/3 pound patty. 2 to 1 is what that means, which means it's a 1/2 pound patty. So these are bigger patties. These are smaller patties. Then you can choose there. Say you want to do 20 pounds of patties, and then you want to put 1 pound in a package. Then you decide if you want the bigger patties or the smaller patties. I'm gonna say I want to do these. We're putting 1 pound in a package. These are 2 to 1 pound, 1/2 pound patties. So there's going to be 2 patties in a package on that. But you choose however you want to do it there. On bulk hamburger, it's whatever you utilize there. 1, 1.5, or 2 pounders. We'll say 1 pound for this. And then down here in the notes, if there's anything else that you want to add, this is a good place to do it. Like if I was doing one, I'd add the tri-tip. So I'm gonna say that I want to add the tri-tip. But if there's any other notes that you want to add, any specific requests, anything like that, put it in the notes. And then once you have this thing filled out, you can either scan it and email it. I think there's a phone number in the email that you get where you can text it. There's a lot of different options there. So just get it back to us one way or the other, and we'll look it over. If we have any questions, we'll give you a call. If not, we'll get it put in and get you called as soon as your half or quarter or whole or whatever you've got coming is ready. Thanks, everybody.